Okay. So next we're gonna do like a really gnarly tree. Okay. I'm gonna make it leafless because I think that's kind of trickier to draw. All right. So I'm gonna start by again drawing my X. Drawing it a little over to the left because I'm going to kind of make the tree come up and meander a little bit. And I'm going to add some more to it so I can add additional roots. Okay. So I've got more of an asterisk than an X this time. So I think it's really hard to draw trees if you're going to just draw the contour lines. So if I'm drawing like one side of the branch and the other side of the branch, it's really tricky to do. So I think a good method instead of that is kind of figure out the path your tree is going to take. So again, we're going to have this one kind of meander. All right. So we want to think about, having the tree come out a little bit and then branch off in different directions. So I want to kind of draw, to start, the central line that each branch is going to take. And that'll, I think, make it a lot easier for us to kind of add the sides of it. The contour lines on the sides. So I'm going to make this like one of those trees that kind of grew on the edge of a cliff maybe. We've got a cliff right here, and it's been exposed to a lot of wind, so it's really twisted and gnarled.
Yeah, the soup.
Alright, so now I'm going to start filling it out a little bit. So our base will be kind of right here. And we've got a knot kind of right here.
We lost so many branches.
Again, even in our kind of planning stages here, we can think about the texture we want to have on the trunk and on the tree when we're finished, and we can kind of apply our sketch using a similar sort of texture. I'm just going to put lots of roots on here. Hey, you guys. I don't know if you've given presentations before, but it's generally a little easier if people aren't, distracted and talking. Kind of a little bit distracting for me. So if you could not do that, I would appreciate it immensely. Makes my job a lot easier. If I need to, have you demonstrate something up here to show you how tricky it is to do while people are not paying attention, maybe we can set up some sort of presentation. But I'd rather you just kind of learn that lesson without having to be through it. Maybe have a little empathy without me having to make you do something like that. Alright, so I'm kind of thickening up my trees. I'm kind of drawing from the center line of the branches outward. I can come in, start applying my contours. branches might have contours that kind of come up, or the roots here might have contours that kind of come up into the base. So again, so I'm coming through here, I'm thinking about like, what kind of line quality do I want to use for this contour line? I probably want it to be like a little bit ragged. I can continue to thin these branches out until they're kind of single lines if I want to.
Will you judge us? Yes.
All right, so here's my tree. Might do some rocks next to it. I'm gonna put it on this cliffside here. I was talking about earlier. All right. So now I want to think about like shading it. So maybe this time I'm gonna have the shadow coming over this way. So I might come back here, and I might even like thicken and darken the contour lines on the shadow side. Kind of a nice way of adding some shade to it. I can also come in, use the side of my pencil to shade it. Maybe add some texture that's a little bit darker on that side. There. Just sort of figure out one way or another to darken the right side and the underside of the tree branches. Yeah. Sure. All right. So maybe something like this. Maybe some loose roots down here. Okay. So there's our naked tree. Ooh la la.
Dewey.